Origins of Yellow Claw. A crime lord who wants total world domination. He sure deserves his reputation as the master of terror. The mastermind, known as the Yellow Claw, was born over 150 years ago. He was the 19th century descendant of Genghis Khan. A genius in biochemistry, the Yellow Claw has formulated elixirs that have prolonged his lifespan, enabling him to retain his physical vitality over the century and a half of his existence. For decades, the Yellow Claw has dedicated himself to achieving world domination. He claimed that he had the birthright to rule Atlas Foundation, a foundation which was trying to make the ancient Mongol Empire continue forever. As Plan Tsu grew older, he didn't care about the pursuits of the Atlas Foundation, and he hoped his successor as the ruler would use its secret power for the good of humanity. Yellow Claw chose Wu Yen-jet as their successor. This successor moved to America, as Wu Yen-jet's parents did not want any part of Khan's legacy. Wu Yen-jet's name was changed to Jimmy Wu, and he soon became one of the nation's top FBI agents. The Atlas Foundation was keeping an eye on Jimmy since he was young and decided that they wanted to help him advance his career by creating an enemy for Jimmy to fight against. Thus, creating the Yellow Claw. Yellow Claw created many schemes to improve Jimmy's career. He often included his sidekick and second-hand man, the Nazi war criminal Fritz von Boltzmann, in many of them. Plan Tsu created psychics who could change reality, hypnotists, microscopic armies, a giant robot of the god Temujai aka Genghis Khan, and killer mutated seagulls called Screamies. But for every enemy created by Yellow Claw and the Atlas Foundation, Jimmy and his friends easily combated them with their wit and tactics. Suan, Yellow Claw's grandniece, fell in love with Wu, and she often went against her grandpa and helped Jimmy gain the upper hand in the malevolent schemes. Later, Plan Tsu continued his games and schemes, only to clash with Nick Fury, the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. This drew in Jimmy as he was already a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent himself. Yellow Claw started to realize that his long life was ending and that it was time to prepare Suan to be his successor. To do so, he implanted the spirit of Fan Lutamen into Suan's body. The possessed Suan turned against Claw, and that forced Claw to remove Fan Lutamen's spirit from Suan's body. After doing so, Suan was killed, but Claw's health was fully restored. Yellow Claw's initial intentions with this plan was never revealed. Another time, Claw crossed paths with the Mandarin, another Asian warlord, and fought him. This was part of the supervillain contest created by the extra-dimensional Black Llama. Even later than that, the Claw became the leader of part of Hydra thanks to the support of Madame Hydra, whom he claimed to be his new heir. Death. Wu started investigating the Atlas Foundations along with some rogue S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. When invading the Temple of Atlas, his team was killed and Wu was nearly killed also. Plan Tsu kept him alive and informed him of his true heritage, and Jimmy saw this as an opportunity to use Atlas Foundation's immense resources for good. He took over Plan's place as Khan of the Eternal Empire and CEO of the Atlas Foundation. Soon after, Master Plan was eaten by the royal advisor of the Atlas Foundation, the dragon Mr. Lao. Powers and abilities. Claw has the ability to project illusions into the minds of others, reanimate the dead, and has an extended lifespan as a result of ingesting his chemical elixirs. He can accomplish all sorts of other feats of sorcery. He is an extraordinary genius in biochemistry, genetics, and robotics. Claw is also a master in Chinese martial arts and hand-to-hand combat.